Alright guys, we are back for another Dokkan battle video. So recently, the new Super Battle Road stages have become live on JP Dokkan. 10 new stages. 2 of the stages were for all Super type units and all Extreme type units. The stages obviously are intended for you to use like the SCR Rose Goku Black team for the Extreme one, and then for the Super stage to use the Tech Vegito Blue Hero team. The reason those are obviously the intent is because you do have to use one of every typing for those 2 stages. Like the other category stages, you don't have to do that. But on the Super stage and the Extreme stage, you do have to have an AGL unit, a Tech unit, Int, STR, and Physical. You have to have all 5 represented. But the Extreme stage I found incredibly difficult, and I was able to beat it pretty easily once I switched over to using the Movie Boss category team. So I thought this was a good time to go ahead and take a look at this tier list. This was done in the vein of Rawler ZZ. He kind of created these wave of tier lists, and this guy Noe Shake made this. Now, I took an initial glance at this tier list, and there were some big disagreements I had here. We'll get into that in a bit, but there's quite a bit there that I do disagree with. Also, this was made before LR Metal Cooler came out. Now, I'll tell you guys flat out, hands down, LR Metal Cooler is an S plus tier unit. Like, on this ranking, LR Metal Cooler definitely would deserve to be in that highest tier, the S plus tier. He is a ridiculous card. I do think he is better than LR Vegito Blue. The only thing is, he's definitely a lot more difficult to obtain. So maybe, you know, in that instance, you want to say LR Vegito Blue is better. But, you know, if you can get this guy rainbowed, like head to head with LR Vegito Blue, he's going to be right there. This guy is very good. He has good links. He has additional attacks. He's got a pretty good leader skill. I really am a big fan of this LR Metal Cooler. Plus, there also is the fact that he does have a perfect linking partner in another S plus unit on this tier list or category in the Int Metal Cooler. These 2 together are a dominant pairing because they have almost the exact same link sets, right? Now, this category is, of course, led by Turles. This is one of my favorite teams in the game and may actually be my very favorite team in the game, especially after I was able to beat the Extreme stage of Super Battle Road with the Movie Boss category team. I thought this was a perfect time to go over this tier list and another chance for me to sort of praise the design of the Movie Boss team, because Turles is the leader of the team, right? He is a support type unit. The best support type unit in the entire game, by the way. Key 3 and 40% attack to all allies, which is stunningly good. So what you can do is you can design the team with these LRs or even strong units like Physical Final Form Cooler and SCR Janemba. You can have them on rotation, and then you have both the leader and the friend Turleses as floaters. So, you know, they will pop up, you put them last in the rotation, and, you know, all the units are going to get 40% attack and 3 key, so the team is just very consistent, it's very cohesive, and that's another reason I really love it. Also, I do want to point out the obvious, that there is a fucking Dragon Ball Super movie coming this year. We know it's Broly. Now, here's the thing, too. Broly's form in the Dragon Ball Super movie has already been called Broly Full Power Super Saiyan. So there is, I would say, a very, very, very high chance you can use LR Broly and the Dragon Ball Super version of Broly in the same team together. So I don't think it's a negative that, you know, there's already Brolys in this category. I think you're going to be able to use them at the same time, and that might be... Like, here's the thing. I have soured very much recently on the LR Broly plus, like, Super Saiyan Broly rotation, right? I mean, it's fine, right? LR Broly does tremendous damage. Absolutely stunning. The TUR Broly, he does very, like, high-level damage as well. You know, routinely, his double supers will add up to a lot more damage than many other normal units can provide, right? But both of them are kind of glass cannon units. They're not going to be able to really defend very highly. But, if this Dragon Ball Super movie Broly is any type of defensive unit whatsoever, and he has nearly the same link set as this Broly, it's going to be fucking insane when you put those two next to each other. So, LR Broly might really get a second wind once the Dragon Ball Super movie Broly comes out. So, another reason the Movie Boss category team is something that we need to be very, very, excited for. Now, moving over to the tier list itself. Last thing, tier list also gives Extreme Allies 3 key and 50% to stats. So, the secondary part of his leader skill is the same thing as AGL Rose Goku Black. By the way, making Turles maybe one of the best leaders for the World Tournament once he does actually drop on Global as well. So that's why the honorable mentions have King Piccolo down here and SCR Rose Goku Black, because they would work pretty good even under the, only the 50% leader skill. Now we move on to the C tier, and already this, I don't know why Android 13, Super Android 13 is down here in the C tier. He doesn't deserve to be down here. This is a unit that everyone just instantly assumes is trash, and he certainly is not, because he does supreme damage. He changes tech orbs to rainbow orbs, which is the best type of orb changer, by the way, opening up tons of key paths, and will really be quite effective on a team with several LRs like this. You got LR Bojack, LR Broly, LR Beerus you could be running on this team, and this guy could help those LRs get their 18 key supers. Plus, he gets a 50% attack buff himself, so it's not like he's bad at all. Plus, he also has Metamorphosis, Nightmare, and Fear and Faith. Links that are very common on the team, by the way. So, this Super Android 13, I would actually say is a good unit. I don't know if I would say very good unit, but he's a good unit. I would almost bump him up to A. Maybe that seems crazy, but he's good. Free-to-play Lord Slug is no. Bio Broly, no. SCR Android 13, no, he's got to awaken first. Same thing with AGL Cooler, and then, of course, like all of these Golden Friezas. There's a million of them here. None of them are really relevant whatsoever. Those are old-ass Dokkan Awakenings that aren't good. Moving on to B tier. Already, boom. I have a big issue here. And then I look at LR Beerus and the S tier along with the TUR version of LR Beerus. All of these Beeruses, they gotta go up. First off, Tech Beerus should be up here with the STR Beerus because they're the best linking partners for LR Beerus. Sure, the Int Beerus is going to be able to output more damage than STR and Tech Beeruses, but he doesn't link up as well with LR Beerus because he has Shattering Limit instead of Fierce Battle. So, honestly, I would put Int Beerus, this STR Beerus, and this Tech Beerus. They all should be in the same sort of tier section. I would put them... I do think what you could maybe do is put all the Beeruses in the A tier. Would probably work pretty good. And then you'd have the TUR SCR Beerus could stay there in S tier. And then LR Beerus, I mean, he's got to fucking be an S plus tier. LR Beerus is, like, very disrespect. LR Beerus is the most disrespected LR. People act like he's bad when he's, like, very good. The only problem with LR Beerus is it's a struggle to get him his 18 key super. If you just do that, if you give this man his 18 key super, if you give him key to work with, he will blow away, like, all the other units on this category outside of LR Bojack and probably LR Broly as well. So Beerus, 120% attack. Again, a solid link set, but he does have Shattering Limit, which LR Beerus has Fierce Battle. The SCR Beerus, he's got the highest, basically attack passive in the game. Him and the physical Champa, right? With 200%, but they do only have a % chance for them to hit that. Still a pretty good unit, though. And then, of course, we also have the Tech Beerus. Now, Tech Beerus only gets attack 60%, which is pretty low, but he does have an S rank in the potential system, so his stats do get very, very high if he is rainbowed. So this guy at rainbow level can compete with the other Beeruses. I know because I do have this guy rainbowed. He can get up to about a 1.5 million attack set, which is quite high for such an old-ass unit. And there's kind of been hintings at this guy getting an easy A, being that he was a part of the Red Stone. If this fucker got an easy A, I mean, he's going to be pretty damn good. Let's take a look at the TUR Beerus. I'm curious if the Tech one got an easy A. Would he be better than the TUR SCR Beerus here? He might be. This Beerus is pretty damn good because he gets attack 70% at start of turn. After receiving attack, he gets 50% to attack and defense. The way the attack buff is calculated, by the way, it's going to be higher than 120%. So this guy's going to be able to hit very hard. 12 key multiplier, 145%. That's quite good as well. So this Beerus is going to be a very strong unit. Actually, looking at it, you probably could put this Beerus in the S+ tier. Yeah. So I think you kind of put all of the other Beeruses maybe in the A tier or S tier. Either one probably wouldn't be that big of a deal. STR Beerus and LR Beerus, they need to be bumped up to S+ tier. Absolutely. Alright, so that covers all the Beeruses. This cooler is pretty good. I feel as though we should be higher than the B tier. But, I mean, maybe just because of the existence of the physical cooler, this one doesn't get a lot of play. Tech Android 13 is pretty good, but, you know, maybe that's the right place for him. Int Janemba, Int Golden Frieza. Actually, this Tech Bojack should be moved down to the C rank. And then AGL Golden Frieza is probably, he's fine where he is. He is mainly a defensive unit, though. I don't know, he's not that much different than the Tech Golden Frieza, because if you're going to bring that unit, you're going to bring it largely for the defensive portion of its passive, right? So, I don't know. In that aspect, the AGL one is better, but the Tech Golden Frieza certainly does hit a lot harder than AGL Golden Frieza. Moving up here, Tapion at the A rank, that's a joke. Tapion needs to be moved fucking down, by the way. Yes, I know people are, what? Nani? He's a category leader, but, like, you're not... AGL Tapion is not a unit you're going to use in normal Dokkan events and stuff. AGL Tapion is very good on Super Battle Road. He's very good in Extreme Z-Awakening events. And he's okay in Dokkan Battlefield as well. That's where you use this guy. But, like, when we're looking at this kind of tier list here, we're not really considering those modes. I feel like this is more so gearing towards just going through, like, normal events and stuff. And for going through normal events, this Tapion is not all that. Like, I'm not... He does not impress me whatsoever. Moving over the Bojacks. I'm kind of okay with the Bojacks being in, like, A or S tier. One of those. Both of them do work pretty good. Obviously, if you have the Int Bojack alongside LR Bojack, like, he definitely deserves to be an S+ tier and is a better partner than these two down here. But not everyone is going to have, you know, LR Bojack plus his TUR, right? That's pretty difficult. Physical Lord Slug. Physical Lord Slug is actually an underrated unit. He got completely overshadowed by LR Bardock on his release, but this guy's not bad. He has attack and defense 80%, and then he gets another 50% attack buff after he's hit, just like LR Beerus and the TUR Beerus. The way that shit works, yeah, after he's hit, he basically has an attack buff of 170%. So this Lord Slug is able to hit pretty good. Only problem is that he does have Shattering Limit. If this guy had Fierce Battle, he'd be a lot better, but he does have some very good links. Metamorphosis, Big Bad Bosses, Thirst for Conquest, Nightmare, all very good. If this guy only had Fear and Faith, like, if you gave him Fear and Faith instead of, I don't know, Thirst for Conquest, I guess, give him Fear and Faith instead of that or something like that, that helps him out a lot. And then obviously, like, Fierce Battle instead of Shattering Limit, I think would certainly help him. But he's still a very, very good unit. A or S tier for him is fine. And same with this physical Super Saiyan Broly. A lot of people think he's bad, but he's not as bad as people give him credit for. Like, as long as you kind of have him rainbowed and you could support him maybe with the Super Saiyan Broly right here, he's okay. Plus, he's able to defend better than other Brolys. He just has a low defense stat. He doesn't actually lower his defense like some of the other Brolys do. So he's a capable unit, is I guess what I would say if he is rainbowed. It just does hurt that he is supreme damage and a flat attack buff. That's all. Alright, so now moving on to the S tier. Again, I think these two should be bumped up. Janemba, I don't know. Like, all these, here's the thing. When I use this team, like, all these units, they're practically interchangeable. Like you build your rotations and go. Turles makes everything viable. That's the thing. The Movie Boss category team is, like, the best team in the game because you're not going to struggle in any way with 2 fucking Turleses around. That's just how it is. So, like, Janemba, I mean, sure, I'd bump him up to S+ tier too. Like, he's very good defensively, and he'll do a good amount of damage. And, of course, you know, you can never fault the Janembas. They have, you know, maybe one of the best link sets in the game. Big Bad Bosses, Shocking Speed, Metamorphosis, Brutal Beatdown, Nightmare, Fear and Faith, Fierce Battle. Like, all these units have pretty good villain links, so they're all going to work well together. Extreme Z-Wake and Broly, again. Like, you know, if you want to go more defensive, you know, you can run him over LR Broly. Definitely one misconception is people think that the EZA Broly Rainbowed is comparable to LR Broly in damage, and he's really not. Like, LR Broly, at any same level of dupes, LR Broly is going to shit on this Broly, because LR Broly is guaranteed to get 2 super attacks, which is just so crazy. And then Tech Gold and Frieza, pretty good defensive unit. We've already gone over Turles. Great Ape Turles, I would actually say, is not as good as some of these other units in here. Just that, like, LR Beerus, right? LR Beerus is going to do a lot more damage than these 2 combined. So, like, an LR Beerus plus one of the other Beerus rotations is going to be more effective than having Turles plus Great Ape Turles as a rotation. And then you just have a Turles as a floater, right? Because Great Ape Turles, the thing about him, if you're going to run him, you might as well run one of the Turleses on rotation as well. Because the 2 of these fuckers, they give each other Destroy the Universe, 25% attack. They have Thirst for Conquest, 15% attack. They have Big Bad Bosses, which is 25% attack. And they also have Fierce Battle, which is 15% attack. So they bring a hell of a lot out of each other. This Great Ape Turles is very good. I've got him rainbowed. But again, like, unless you're going to run him as a rotation with Turles, like, he's not any better to run than, say, any of these Beeruses or even any of the Bojacks, right? They're all pretty interchangeable. And then, like, LR Beerus and LR Broly, like, LR Bojack and LR Broly, we know exactly what they're capable of. And then Physical Final Form Cooler, too. Like, this is the most difficult sort of tier list to do. Because all of these fuckers, like, you could put all these fuckers in S+. Like, it's going to work just as well. Because all of them are getting their super attacks. They're all working consistently. There's not really much else for me to say. Because, again, you start looking at their links, too. And you see very common links across the board. Again, Big Bad Bosses. Thirst for Conquest. Shocking Speed. Metamorphosis. Fierce Battle. A lot of these fuckers have the same links. So they're all going to link well together, too. As good as this team is, though, Turles does have a very bad banner, a very bad summon banner, so do keep that in mind if you're a global player. But if you want to go for this guy, I mean, he has one of the best teams. He's one of the best leaders for World Tournament. He's amazing in Super Battle Road because he also does have that medium chance to stun. And then, you know, God forbid you get the transformation, he then has a high chance to stun. So I really love the Turles team, really love the Movie Boss team. That will do it for this tier list. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll catch y'all next time.